everybody. I am your host, Shemisa, and you're watching Urban Legacy TV. Sitting next to me, we have youth pastor John Henry at St. John Baptist Church. How are you today?
Very well, and yourself?
I'm excellent. So, talk a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to be a youth pastor.
Well, obviously, it has to be an ultimate call from God, so that was the first and foremost reason. So I decided that I would answer the call, and I went forth, as the Bible said, to all the nations, teaching and baptizing in the Son. My ultimate goal is I want to go forth and gather youth. I believe my calling is youth. So the youth in the city of Buffalo, and the city, in the region, and the nation have called me and want me to come forth and help them out. I hear a cry.
So, I'm sure you're talented and can do so many different things. Are you for certain that ministry is what you really, really want to do?
Well, it's without a shadow of doubt. There, like you said, there's a lot of things that I have tried in the future, down from dance to singing, which I think is a great thing. I'm pretty good at singing, trying to play musical instruments. But I found that my expertise is of ministry, and I love it. I enjoy it. And then I like to see individuals turn their souls and their lives over to Christ. That's a rewarding experience of it.
What issues are you most passionate about? Like, what concerns on a community level or even on an international level? What concerns you most?
Violence. There's a plethora of violence throughout the city of Buffalo, throughout the region, throughout the nation, internationally. There's violence going on. And I feel that I'm tired of going to funerals of peers and individuals of my age. We live in a society where the average home, you lose a child before you lose a mother. And I don't believe that is correct. It's not biblically inclined. So therefore, my ultimate goal is to gather these youth and give them some sense of a safe haven, which would be the church, which would be God, and allow them to come forth and give their souls and give their lives over to God. So my ultimate mission is to gather individuals and bring them to God, so they won't have to turn to the streets, turn to drugs and money and gangs for support. They can gather their support within the church.
Now, you know that's not going to be an easy task. What tools or what do you think is on your side in terms of implementing, bringing people together as opposed to allowing them to suffer in the streets? How do you think, like, what's going to be your major plan to be successful at that?
Well, as you said, it is not going to be easy. A lot of individuals have tried throughout the course of history to bring people closer and bring them closer to Christ. But I believe my ultimate purpose is that I have a tool of keeping it real. And I'm using, urban vernacular, but I keep it real. I don't try to come forth and use all these different type of methods that are written in the Darwin method and things of that nature, but rather I just use my urbanism, and I come forth and I say, listen, your lifestyle that you're living, it's not accordingly. You should come forth and try something differently, and folks realize that I'm sincere about it. They see I'm passionate about it, and most importantly, they see I'm young, and that at a young age I've dedicated myself to the ministry.
Now, there are going to be different factors as to the personalities that you're going to be dealing with, that you're going to try to bring in, who are maybe suffering through violence on the streets. And what I know is that one of the major issues are jobs, no money, the economics. How do you feel as a young man? How do you think you're going to be persuasive enough to show them a different route in terms of making money that may lead to, that may have been a way other people were making money in terms of like drug dealing or robbery or stealing? How do you think you're going to bring forth a different method to them being able to make money for those who are suffering from economics?
Well, you have to be able to give individuals options. You just can't take their net income from them and not give them some type of sense of option. So personally, I work in Councilmember Damone Smith's office. Currently, right now, I'm doing an internship with Ms. Tiffany Lewis, and we work together and we do a lot of community involvement, which is the Maston District, which is a great plethora where the individuals live in our community that are suffering from this gang violence and drugs. We try to give them options. We have programs that you can bring individuals to that can give them job opportunities. And we want those individuals not only to just come to the church, but when you come to the church, give them something else to do. Particularly here at St. John, if a lot of individuals come forth and they need help, we assist them in any way possible. So, we try to offer all different type of options to say, listen, you don't have to live this lifestyle. There's other ways.
Right. Okay, another question that I have for you. It's off the cuff. I did this to Cam. Now, there happens to be a lot of domestic violence in young relationships. Now, you're going to be dealing with that from a female's perspective and also male perspectives. How do you think that as a youth pastor, you'll be able to help, say, a young man who is involved in domestic violence, or even a young female, young lady, or even an older woman or an older male that's suffering from domestic violence and needs help, wants help, but doesn't kind of know how to go about it and kind of needs like a total character transformation? How do you feel as a young pastor, youth pastor, you'd be able to be inspiring or powerful enough to really make that difference? Can you do it?
Oh, I believe so. It's significant that you said that. Just recently, the Chris Brown and Rihanna issue that's going on, that's the talk of the town. Just recently, he made a public apology for it. And I was watching it, and a lot of people said that it wasn't sincere. But my thing was that he made the apology. I can personally say I didn't grow up in a household that experienced domestic violence, so I personally don't know how to handle things of that nature. But I believe that if I can't get it done, I'll go find someone else that can get it done for me. So, we need to stop in our community thinking that we can take on the whole problem and rather go and find people that can help you and aid you take care of the issue, because it's not just our community, it's not just my community, but it's our community. And if our community, if we want each other to change and we want each other to be a better community, then we have to do it all together, all in one.
Awesome. So our last question for the interview, I see that you have a lot of future plans. You care to share that with your viewers?
Sure, no problem. In the fall of 2009, I am so honored and privileged that I'll be attending the great Liberty University, which is an evangelical Christian college. I received a lot of different mixed emotions on it, because people were saying, well, just in case if this isn't your career path, and, it will be a lot of money wasted. And then people said stay local. But I'm a type of individual that I receive my visions from God, and that's where God's leading me right now. So I'll be going to Liberty University, majoring in theology and minoring in political science, so I can get both ends of the spectrum. And hopefully when I graduate, I want to come back to the city of Buffalo and make things happen, get the ball rolling for our community.
What I love about this interview is that you're a young male. You're doing your thing. You've got a different vision from what you hear on a day-to-day basis that people want to do with their lives. And I wish you the best. I wish you much success. I'm pretty sure when you go study abroad, you're going to have a great experience, life-changing experience. And is there anything you would like to say to any viewer who may be of your age and is kind of not doing so well with itself, and you might want to feel like maybe you have some words of encouragement right now, just inspiring, fellow man to fellow man? Any advice?
Well, I grew up around elderly senior citizens, and one thing that they instilled in me, which is always in me, is get an education. And a lot of people say, well, education isn't for everyone. Get a high school diploma, get a GED, and then if you want to further yourself, get a college degree. And my mentor that I've never met, never had contact with, but I feel like he's with me constantly, Nelson Mandela. And a rise that he made, the great rise that he made from prison to be eventually being the president of South Africa. He said that education is the most powerful tool used to change the world. So how do we make this community a better place? How do we make this society a better place? How do we make this world a better place? Get an education and let's change the world.
Nice. Well, you heard it first, youth pastor John Henry at St. John Baptist Church, and we're closing out the interview. Thank you for watching, and you're watching Urban Legacy TV. Your host, Shemisa Ali.